What is going on, everybody? It's Jamie and welcome to the channel Thrift-Onfire. If you're new here, I'm a full-time reseller from Ontario, Canada, selling on places like eBay, Poshmark, and Depop, just to name a few. Today is going to be a what sold video, what sold for me recently on eBay, and I think Poshmark, that we're going to pull some orders essentially, okay? Before we pull orders, so I want to talk about friend of the channel, Chris from Chris's Treasure Chest. He's been on the channel before when we did the Let's Talk About Reselling in Canada series, where I try to talk to people from different provinces, and we were talking about the differences. Chris is actually from Ontario. He's not that far from me, within a couple hours, maybe an hour and a half, something like that. He's in the GTA area. Chris recently put out a video here. I'll show you guys. It's called Selling Full-Time on eBay for 2 months, What Happened? So Chris is a part-time reseller. He's been doing it part-time for a really long time. Chris got a buyout from his work, from his job, and essentially started, he wanted to do this little experiment to see what it was going to be like to sell full-time on eBay for 2 months. Spoiler alert, Chris has since got another job and he's still doing eBay part-time. But watch the video because it explains a lot about how hard it really is to do reselling full-time, and sourcing is a big part of it. And that's sort of why you guys see me do a lot of these cards recently, a lot of cards, a lot of bigger buys, because it is really hard to find inventory. So when you can find big chunks of inventory and get it all at once, it really does help, and it puts a lot less pressure on you to source. But go ahead, I'm going to link in the description down below his video. I think it was excellent. I think it's a really good insight of, how difficult it can be to be full-time. And, he has, watch the video, he has goals of, in retirement, continuing to do eBay and maybe scaling it up a little bit at that point. But very interesting video. And yeah, with that being said, let's pull some orders. Kicking it off today with an eBay sale. And this is a commission piece, which is unusual for me. Starring Elvis, Jailhouse Rock, Target exclusive. This is brand new and sealed, but it has condition issues, which is going to affect the value of it. Unfortunately, if it didn't have those issues, I think we could have gotten north of $20 USD. But with these issues, I've had it long enough that I thought $15.50 US plus shipping was okay. That's about 20 Canadian. This is a commission piece. We're just splitting the profit down the middle, so not making a lot on this, but still, I don't have any money into it personally, so that's okay. And I think I think that seems pretty fair, honestly. Next, a NASCAR hat right here. Took an offer on this as well. I did pull the bin out just to save a little bit of time today. This one I had listed closer to $20 USD. We accepted $15 USD on that one. Next, a McDonald's goalie mask set from the 90s. So this is the set here. This did come from the $3,000 card buy with, a few collectible pieces. We actually got $50 USD for this complete set. That's pretty good. All right, well, I'm happy with it anyway. Another item from the $3,000 card buy. This one's an actual card. This is, I moved it to the front this morning as well. Nick Strum, I believe is what this guy's name is.
Defended by Cole, cleared away by Susie. Sturm on it for Minnesota. Nico Sturm racing in, circles the net, a wraparound, he scores!
No, it's a tie. That guy doesn't count. He can't even read.
This card is a numbered card of 199 auto, upper deck, stature card, okay? Decent, $20 USD. I don't know who this guy is, to be honest. I've got some of his other autos too, and they're not super high value. I don't know if he's a good player or not a good player. I really don't know a ton about hockey, to be honest, especially modern hockey players. But yeah, I got a bunch of this guy anyway. But happy to move this one out for $20 US. I think that's reasonable as well. Next, a Toronto Blue Jays hat. This is also an eBay sale. It's a painter's hat. I think one of my Goodwill Bins buddies threw it to me. It does have a little bit of staining right there. I cleaned it up a bit, but for the most part, it wasn't in that bad a shape. So listed it, and this painter's hat we got same as the other one, $15 USD. I'll take it for sure. Next, a sweater. I can tell you it's not sweater weather right now. It is hot for sure. We're in a heat wave here in Ontario. Penn State champion. It's got the little champion hit on the sleeve. I did pick this up recently at a thrift store. I think I paid $6.50, and we got, that's Canadian, and we got $17 USD for it. I think I had it listed for $19. didn't expect to make a ton, but these always sell and sell quickly. I've had this one for about maybe 2 weeks max. Moving on over to Poshmark.ca. A couple good Poshmark sales here. First, a Kate Spade purse. Should be in the bags up here. This one I actually picked up. Sorry, I'm scratching the camera against the bin. Sure, that made a weird noise for you guys. But this one I picked up at the Goodwill bins. It's not the best color, which is why I think a lot of people weren't really looking at it very closely, but it was a nice enough condition. I looked at everything, looked good inside. I looked at the tags, it looked good. I didn't authenticate this one like I still have the Prada one here that we did authenticate. This one looked good to me. I was happy to list it. We got $75 Canadian for that, which I thought was pretty good, especially being that we picked it up out of the Goodwill bins. Let's put this bin back up here. You know, there's always, I'm not an expert when it comes to purses and stuff like that. I think, you know, Poshmark is probably the best place for me to sell it as well, honestly. Probably less of a chance of return anyway. But it is a very nice purse, very nice condition. It looks good to me. The tags all look authentic. Stitching is really nice on it. You know, I could be wrong, but either way, I guess, you know, we did sell it, $75 Canadian. Next, we sold a bundle on Poshmark, and it's a Winnie the Pooh t-shirt and a Red Wings t-shirt, both vintage shirts. The bundle, I think, was $94 total. I think it was supposed to be about $115, and the person offered me $94 for both, and I'm like, yep, sure. So first, let's try to find Winnie the Pooh. It's supposed to be in clothing too. This I picked out of the Goodwill bins in the wintertime. I feel like it was maybe around Christmas time, something like that. So I thought it was cool. I knew it was old, and it's a gray t-shirt wherever it is in here. No, sorry, it's not gray. It's cream color. This one right here. It's classic Pooh on the old Hanes tag here. I forget if it says the year on it, but I think it's maybe late 90s, maybe Y2K, something like that. The other one is a vintage, it's in the USA bin, vintage, there we go, Red Wings t-shirt. This one I believe is gray with just a little Red Wings logo. I don't know if it's somebody buying these both for themselves or if it's like a his and a hers or what, but yeah, it should be in here. I can find it. Okay, there we go. Way at the bottom here. It is white. Detroit, right here. Detroit Red Wings. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the heat's getting to me. I'm getting the old heat brain going on here. But yeah, $94 Canadian for this bundle. Happy about that. Let's get this round of orders out here. Another round of eBay orders, and we have this Xbox Elite controller here. I don't actually have any way of testing this particular one, and it is missing the ends of the joystick here. I don't know if that's the way that's supposed to be or not, but yeah, these controllers are pretty expensive just for parts and repair. So essentially untested, it could work, but you know, like I said, I can't fully test this thing, so I just listed it as parts only. Still got $30 USD for that. It comes with the case. I cleaned it up a little bit. There was some gunk in here. I just basically took a toothbrush and scrubbed gently to get all of the buildup, whatever the buildup was in there. It's pretty gross, but you know, it looks pretty good. Parts and repair, probably not a lot wrong with it, but easiest way to sell it without problems for sure. Okay, next, a lot of DVDs. It's True Blood. I think it's 1 through 7, which maybe is the complete series. I don't know for sure. Probably says in the listing, I just don't remember. We're going to have to find a box to get these in. They do wind up, I'm interested to see how much it's going to cost, because when I was shipping out stuff like this with Stallion, it was always pretty reasonable. It could be a little bit more with eBay labels, I'm not sure, but you know, if it's something crazy, I'll let you know. But I expect it to be about $11 roughly Canadian, like I think $11.19 is typically, you know, something of this size going to the States. The weight might be the thing that gets me on that for sure, but I'm not sure. If it's crazy, I'll let you know in the next clip. Right here, Labatt's Blue promo. I picked this up in my local Goodwill. You'll see in the sold picture, it looks like a blue jersey. That's because this is reversible. I paid $7 for this guy. Retro reversible jersey. We got $40 USD on that. Pretty happy about it. Let's get this round of orders out of here. So the DVD box set actually cost me about $20, okay? It was UPS ground, eBay labels. Can't continue to do that going forward. I only charge $7 USD for shipping on that. The reason being is my flat rates are all set up for Stallion Express rates. eBay labels aren't the same on everything, right? So I thought maybe it would be in that window where it'd be like $11.19. But no, Canada Post wasn't a good option, so we had to get into the UPS ground. So essentially, I just need to go and look at my bulkier items, make sure that the shipping is going to reflect how much it's actually going to cost. So I have to do a little bit of work there. You know, eventually I may go back and use Stallion Express more, but I'm only really using it now for some Canadian shipping. Cross-border stuff, I haven't used it at all for, you know, since my last issue with them. And, you know, hopefully I can go back and use it in the future. Just right now, I'd prefer not to. eBay labels is absolutely fine. I just need to correct, like I said, how much I'm charging because I'm using flat rates as opposed to calculated. So I just need to make sure that's correct. Also, I wanted to mention there's probably going to be no Friday video this week. We're going to be traveling to Boston for an extended weekend, a weekend and a bit, a little getaway. We're going to Boston, going to do some sightseeing. We're going to wind up at Fenway on Sunday to watch the Jays and the Red Sox. So that'll be a lot of fun. If you're looking for me on TV, behind home plate, maybe 20 rows up, that's where we're sitting. I'm pretty excited about it. Should be really fun. Monday video, also questionable. I'm going to try to finish off episode 3 of the $5 to $5,000 flip challenge. If I get it done while we're away, it'll be a Monday video. If not, you know, it'll be later next week, which, by the way, happy Canada Day to everybody. I know that's a little early, but I won't be around to say that any other time. So happy Canada Day early. And I think we're going to end this one right here. If you guys do like videos like this, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content. I'll see you guys soon.